What's up, guys? This is your boy the Fice, and today we are going to be talking about Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, and the differences between them. Yo, I hope you guys are really psyched about this. I am. Definitely be sure to hit that subscribe if this is your first time here. Leave a like and leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think, and let's start getting right into it. I think the roster that we have on deck is legit. We have a variety of characters. The only thing I really didn't like when they introduced the game was that you had to basically pay for half the game just to get a few more characters, because it was like 20 something for the price of the game, just for the DLC content. I'm actually going to wait a little later to get all the other characters like Venom and such, but the current default roster, I really do like a lot of the characters that we see present. The changes that we see a lot of the characters, specifically Zero was the character that we were focusing on. Where I'm trying to see if there's a good synergy between Zero and Dante. I did see a lot of stuff from the past, but I did see a lot of similarities. They did change a lot of the combinations or button presses to actually execute things, which was cool. The first thing that I really liked was I felt Zero was very, very intuitive and simple compared to how he used to be in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I felt when I picked him up in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, he was very tough to handle, even doing basic things like loops. I was not able to do that. I could not execute it for the life of me. I was just really bad. My main team in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was Virgil, Dante, and Wesker. I know, it's a very new comp, but it was a really awesome comp that kind of got the job done, so it was pretty legit and chill, so I enjoyed him. But when I played with Zero in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, it was just very tough to play with him. I just couldn't get into it. But when I jumped into Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, I was able to execute things very, very effortlessly, and I really liked how they basically made Zero perform. I was actually doing loops just based on what I saw in like all the tournaments that we kind of see, like Evo and stuff, when we watch it on Twitch and YouTube and whatnot. So I did like a lot of the combos that I was able to perform with Zero, and it did make me get more hooked into him. They did add new additions and new combos. There's actually one combo that I really do love exploiting when I do play this game, and we'll talk about that in a bit. But first, let's talk about a little bit about the other things and the other mechanics that they did kind of change. So it seems they, obviously, as everyone knows, because it's called Infinite, it's dealing with the Infinity Stones. That was something that did not exist in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and it does add a new paradigm shift to how we play it now. So there are 6 stones in total in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. There's the Power Stone, Mind Stone, Soul Stone, Time Stone, Space Stone, and Reality Stone. Each of these stones have their own attributes to change the tide of battle, and you can use a move with them, and when the bar fills up, you can actually use a super. Each super is different to their own, as well as their own moves. If you have the Power Stone, you're able to actually do a wall bounce with the character you have. Now, there may be some characters, and I haven't fully explored all of them, that actually cannot perform a wall bounce, so this stone would actually be legitimate for them. Zero in my hand, because I play with him, his Charge Up Buster actually is a wall bounce in its own right, so using the Power Stone would be negative for me because I can't do 2 wall bounces. Once you consume a wall bounce, that's it for the combo set. So you have to only have 1 wall bounce. So you have to make sure that your character doesn't have a wall bounce, and this would actually benefit you. The special ability that the Power Stone supplies is a move called Infinity Storm, which raises your attack power and smashes the opponent backwards with every hit. So basically, you're doing a truckload of damage while just basically disorienting them. It's a pretty good move. It's a pretty good gem, but I haven't used it in my character setup yet. So I really don't have too much input on it. The only time I really used it was during story mode. So the Soul Stone is actually a really cool stone that when I started playing, I started to use it. I thought it was pretty nifty. But the move that it gives you is basically the ability to leech life from the opponent. So I thought that to be really cool. The only thing that I'm kind of contesting in my head is, will it be beneficial to have a 1 leech life attack when basically this is a game where you're doing 60 to 100 hit combo damage on one touch, which drains 50% of your health. Is it beneficial to have this type of gem? I really don't know. We'll know the longevity and the metagame for it as time goes, but so far, like, in my eyes, even though I was enjoying it, I don't know if it's really beneficial. The Infinity Storm that it gives you, though, is pretty awesome. So when you do the super for this, it actually makes your other character come out, and then you're fighting with two characters against the opponent. So I thought that was really fun. Now, the Mind Stone is another one. Like I said, I definitely did not dive into it too much. I really just used it when I was playing story mode. But the Mind Stone essentially is a grapple. I think it would be very cool to do that type of stuff with a grapple character. I'm not too sure on how the combination would work, but if you use the ability, it throws a nearby opponent and temporarily renders them immobile. So you can basically set up a scenario where you can actually do a combo that you want if you actually did the move. The Infinity Storm causes the hyper combo gauge to fill continuously, which that sounds insanely overpowered if that happens. You can just basically be super mode the entire time. I think that would be really nifty to check out. I haven't dived into that section of this stone, but when I do, I definitely will let you guys know what my thoughts are on that. The Space Stone I haven't used, but it basically gives you the ability to drag opponents towards you. I think this stone will be very good towards grapplers because it puts the opponent in a position where they're kind of up close in their face. I didn't like one thing about the stone, which was when I did a combo and knocked the person on the ground. When I did the Space Stone, I was hoping to pull the opponent even while they're lying on the ground, just to kind of, so I can do an OTG, an off the ground combo. But it didn't do that, so what I noticed was the only time it actually pulls the opponent is when they're in a neutral state, aka like if you did a combo and then tried to pull the opponent in, it would not work. So I didn't like that about this Space Stone. I don't see too much benefit on it right now. It probably will show more potential in the future, but what I was trying to use it for, it wasn't good. It was not good at all. It didn't help me in any form or fashion when I was trying to use it with Zero, because obviously Zero is possibly not the character that I should be using that stone with, but I was kind of hoping where, like, if they were on the ground, I could pull them to bring them a little closer just because I couldn't travel to them, and then do some type of super. But the Infinity Storm, which is pretty interesting, I think this will be really good for characters like Hagar. It basically seals the opponent in a forced cage, it basically locks them up with you so they can't escape. So you guys are in this one closed area and you can just do whatever you want. So if you're a grapple character, this will be very, very good for you and you'll have the advantage. The Time Stone, I think, is going to be the gem that a lot of people are going to be using, so you definitely got to be on the lookout for it. The normal attribute for using this move is basically allowing you to dash, where it kind of puts you, it seems to make you invincible for a brief, short amount of time. I haven't been in a scenario where I actually got attacked. Probably at the ending frames of when you reappear and, you know, when you start, you might be vulnerable, but it seems like through the passage, you'll be safe. But I think this might be a stone where you can actually get out of moves or supers happening if you're really close to the opponent. You could probably get yourself out of corners as well. I think this will be a really good stone to keep a lookout for if you want to use it. Now, even the super of using the Infinity Storm is pretty amazing. This allows you to keep landing amazing heavy hits. Like when I was doing it in story mode with Captain Marvel, I was doing heavy punch, heavy kick, heavy punch, heavy kick, just constantly. It was doing I was doing insane amounts of hits over and over and over again, and it didn't stop me at all. So I thought this was a very interesting stone. We literally spent almost 9 minutes talking about the Infinity Stones, and that was just one of the things that they introduced, but it had such a huge dynamic into playing a role in this game. I really want to see how it pans out, especially with the fighting game community, the FGC, and how they start to utilize it, 'cause it's going to be very impressive. The next thing I want to talk about is just some of the things that you probably already noticed. We're no longer 3v3 like we were in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. We're now 2v2. The assists actually have been taken out. There is no assist kind of thing from each character. The way it works now is if you want to tag your partner in during a combo, you actually can do that. You can also tag them in during a super, and that's perfectly fine, and you're controlling the other character while the original character is in a super state. So you can start up a super, and if you wanted to protect them in any form or fashion, you can tag in your other character, and now you're controlling them. You can also do attachments to combos. I haven't fully explored this area of the game yet, but this presents a whole level of new ideas and possibilities, which I'm really curious to see. There is so many differences in this game compared to Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I really see these as huge benefits and huge pros. I haven't really seen too many cons with it, so I can't really say that I am not enjoying the new fresh style that Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite has introduced. So I definitely am on the side with Capcom on this one. I think they did an amazing job.
Dude, you're totally throwing that dude in the head! Yeah!
Hey guys, thank you so much for listening to this and also checking out the video. It really means a lot. Definitely be sure to subscribe if this is your first time here. All the support really means a lot. Also, leave a like. Also, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys really enjoyed this video, if you liked what I was talking about, if you want me to talk more about this stuff, definitely let me know. I would love to talk to you guys about it. These are the type of things that are very interesting to me, so I'm actually happy that I do have the time now to kind of incorporate or create these videos for everyone. So let me know your thoughts. If you have a suggestion on another video you would like to see me do or discuss, just put it in the comments below. I definitely would love to hear from you guys. But yo guys, we covered most of the differences between Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. There are a ton more, but if you want me to also touch those other areas in the future, definitely let me know, and I will definitely do it. But yo guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. It means a lot, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace!